What's going on, guys? This is Hobelife from the Billiards subreddit, here to do a short review of the Cuetec Cynergy shaft. I'm going to try to keep it under 10 minutes, as last time I tried to upload a video to YouTube over 10 minutes, they were giving me problems, saying something about verification of accounts or whatever. But anyway, so I've had this for about 2 months now. I'm really liking it so far. I really can't say too much bad about it. This is the box it came in. It says Cuetec Cynergy on the top, Cynergy 15K with the Cuetec logo. High performance, carbon fiber, composite playing shaft. And let's see what else it's got. It says performance you can feel. And on the inside, there's kind of a little padding in there for the shaft. Good packaging, I would say. I've seen some people online, they have kind of alternative packaging where this opens up completely and they give you wipes and everything like on the inside. The wipes I got came kind of like this. I pretty much used all these now, but it came like taped to the shaft, like a stack of them, and it just came like that. So, I mean, I'm assuming this is probably early packaging before they realized they needed a place to put the wipes. But regardless, I'm gonna keep the packaging, because it's not too bad. Nice little box, so I usually just keep this over here. But once again, I'm gonna try to make this pretty short. We're gonna start with the pros. Now, I'm gonna say the build quality is pretty solid. If you notice the kind of the pattern, it's uniform all the way down, where I've heard that the Revo shaft is not as uniform, more of a rough pattern. So I will say the build quality and the pattern is very, I would just say it's quality, I mean, for the price you're paying, I think it should be this good. You do kind of get the idea that you're holding something premium in your hand. It's, I would definitely say that it's worth the money, at least for what I'm looking for. Another pro I would say is the upkeep. When I had this shaft right here, I couldn't really help but I had constant stains on here, I'm sure a lot of people do as well, but, going all the way up the shaft, I did my best to keep it, keep the maintenance up, but still, no matter what I did, eventually it would get kind of like this. This is gonna stay smooth with, no matter what, so that's pretty good. You just kind of use an alcohol wipe, which that's been the best part of it for me, definitely. And what else about the cons, or the pros? I would say that the ferrule is definitely a pro. I've used a Revo before, and it is kind of hard to see where you're sighting the ball and where you're putting the Q-tip. So this is definitely a good move on their part, putting that in. For the pros, I mean, I would say that's pretty much it. It's low deflection, definitely. It will take maybe a little bit of getting used to, although I would compare it to the Mucci Barbox Pro, which is 13 millimeters, and they claim that it is still low deflection despite being 13 millimeters. This is 12.5 millimeters, definitely low deflection because of the slim taper. And I mean, I would say that it only took me about 2 hours to switch from this to this. So I wish I had more knowledge of shafts, or maybe a shaft that's a little more common that I could compare it to. But this is the only experience I've had is with this. And this is a little bit higher deflection than the Cuetec, but the Cuetec is definitely low deflection. I use a beat up Mucci butt on both of these. I really don't play with this one anymore, but I do use it with the Cuetec. Yeah, so I mean, it fits well together, aside from the fact that I'll show you guys this a little later in the video. When I screw this on, it does have a bit of an overhang, which is a bit annoying, but it's not like you're putting your hand there. Anyway, so the cons, I would say one of the cons I've noticed, and I'm not sure if this is gonna affect playability. When I first got the shaft, there was a Cuetec logo there that was very visible. Now it's pretty much faded away, and I'm not sure if that is the finish wiping off or coming off with cleaning, but I have noticed that it is hard to read. You kind of have to put it in a certain light to read. You can kind of see it. On the other side, it had super slim shaft, carbon composite, whatever. It said something like that. Then it said the thread and then the production number below that. And honestly, you can barely read anything anymore. And I think it might be the finish wiping off. I'm not sure, maybe you guys can help me out with that. Because when I use these wipes, this residue coming off, that's not chalk, it's black. And I don't know what that is. You know, I don't want to be wiping it down if this residue is going to keep coming off. So I've been doing my best to avoid wiping it down with anything other than like very, very light alcohol and light pressure, because I don't want whatever this is to keep coming off of it. You know, you can see it's black, you know, next to the shaft, it's borderline black. But maybe you guys, if you guys have the Cuetec shaft, you can probably hopefully give me some insight on that. Maybe somebody else is experiencing the same thing. But, oh yeah, let me screw this on for you guys. I'll show you the overhang. Okay, so when the shaft is put onto the Mucci Q, it has a slight overhang that a lot of people have told me is very, very annoying, but I mean, I don't really slide my hand over here too much, so I kind of make do with it, but I don't think it's a Cuetec problem. I think it's a problem with the Mucci butt, because this one did the same thing, and this is made by Mucci, so I was kind of surprised with that. But I mean, it could just be a case of, you know, this production butt being maybe just a little thin at the top. Doesn't really bother me too much, but you know, it's definitely not Cuetec's fault. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I would go ahead and, if you can, go ahead and pick this up, because so far I really can't see too many cons with it. You know, it feels definitely more like wood than the Revo, and I would definitely give it a try if you guys get a chance to pick it up. But this is the table I post the 9-ball break-and runs on from this angle up here. Maybe you guys have seen it. I usually put it on the roll of paper up there, a little makeshift camera holder. So, but if you guys want to see any types of, you know, 9-ball runouts, 10-ball runouts, 8-ball runouts, tips, tricks, whatever, like let me know, give me some ideas if you want me to. I know a lot of people already do that stuff already, but you know, I'm always trying to, you know, contribute to the billiard subreddit, because it's a very good community over there. Shout out to Credo for all of his good write-ups, and you know, all the people who all the people who contribute to that community, you know, trying to help these new people come in, like new players. But yeah, guys, that's the review of the Cuetec Cynergy shaft. It's not as comprehensive as you guys probably thought it was going to be, but you guys got to try it for yourself to, you know, really see if you'd like it. But all right, guys, thanks for watching, and talk to everybody later.